Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Jocelyn. I am a 21-year-old and I have a 1-year-old son. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Turn your post notifications on and comment down below and you can get shouted out. Even if you think I'm annoying or whatever, even if you dislike this video, I don't care. I'm really trying to hit 100 subscribers. Like, that is my goal. My post notification shout out from last week goes to Bridget. Hey girl, love you so much. She's part of my girls group chat. I have a girl group chat that probably has maybe 15 to 16 girls in it, and we are from all over the United States of America, and we talk to each other like every single day, all day long. Yeah, if you see that white, we're adding an addition onto the house. They had to bust through the wall, so that's why. The room won't be staying this color, so yeah. Also, I am sitting on a really uncomfortable stool right now, so I am gonna go grab a pillow. Yes, I'm in my pajamas. No, I don't care. If you see that mess, that is called being a parent. Not everything is always put together. And if you are one of those parents that has everything always together, y'all give me some tips, because a girl is never put together. So, onto the video. Today I will be talking about the biggest topic that everyone always brings up when it involves my name. My ex-boyfriend. Yes, I'm over my ex-boyfriend. No, I am not posting this for clout. I'm not posting this to roast him or put him on blast. I am happy in my relationship, been in a committed, healthy relationship for 2 years now. Have a son from that relationship. I'm Gucci. I'm happy. I love the man that I am with. Literally from here to frickin' China to Jupiter. Like, so I'm not posting this to sound jealous. I'm not posting this to get attention. You know how that goes. So, yeah, I'm gonna probably edit that out because I sound so stupid. So, anyway, on to the video. I met this kid the summer before my senior year of high school. I knew of him. I knew his family. They're a farming family, which is what I was brought up in, a farming family. So, everything was fine and dandy, love, whatever that means, right? Or like puppy love. I don't know why I'm so giggly. This is not funny. So, yeah. So I entered my senior year of high school. He wasn't in school at the time. He ended up he actually dropped out of school. Since now he actually has his GED, which I'm extremely proud of him for doing. Because that was like one of our major fights in our relationship, was because he just wouldn't get his GED for I don't know what reason. So things started going downhill in September. I caught him texting this other girl, and they were like flirting back and forth, and like I don't know who started it, so like I wasn't gonna go after the girl, but I wasn't gonna go after him because I didn't know who started it. I'm not the type of girl to go after the girl that my boyfriend's cheating on me with. I'm the type to go after my boyfriend. And I don't get girls that go after girls. I mean, like, honestly, most of the time the dude does it first. So anyway, we got into an altercation, and he shoved me to the ground, like jumped on me from behind and shoved me to the ground. He says he tripped, but I don't think he did. I think he purposefully did it to like try and like get my attention or whatever. I don't know. So I ended up going to the hospital a couple days later because my neck really hurt instead of my back, just to make sure everything was okay. Like, I told my mom a completely different story, but I mean, since now she knows the actual story now. So yeah. Anyway, after that, everything was okay. Yeah, everything was okay. So then November comes, we get into this car accident. We were actually fighting in the car ahead of time because I think I caught him looking at somebody or caught him texting somebody. I don't really remember. And then I looked out the window because I was so mad. You know how, like, you move farther away when you're mad at your boyfriend, like when you're in the front seat? That's kind of what I did. And then all of a sudden we ended up in a ditch. Yeah. I was rushed to the emergency room. I had whiplash. I had bruises all over my stomach from the seatbelt. I think that was all I really had. So I wasn't, like, too badly injured. Excuse me, my old phone is going off. So, yeah. And then, after that, this is when it all just came gliding down. When I was a senior, we still had Kik. If you don't know what Kik is, it's spelled K-I-K. I don't even know if it's still around anymore. We had this messenger, like this message, this message app. Finally got it out. Called Kik. And you could, like, message, people from all over the place, or people that you know, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, what do you even call it? So I had a Kik, and so did my boyfriend at the time. And God, I'm gonna get backlash. Anyway, my story, get to tell it. So there was these messages from my boyfriend to this girl that had his name was at the top, and it had a picture of us because we had gotten couples photos taken. So if you look at it, you think, okay, that's him. Well, there was a lot of gnarly messages in this Kik profile, messenger, whatever you want to call it, between my boyfriend and this girl. And it wasn't just him. Okay, she was playing a role too. And a friend of his sent it to me because the girl happened to be his girlfriend at the time. I freaked the fuck out. Like, I'm gonna have to bleep that out. I freaked out and, confronted my boyfriend, yada, yada, yada. Come to find out, it wasn't even him. Somebody created an account, took one of our pictures off of our social media, and tried to portray him, texting this other girl. Yeah. And we didn't find that out until later, of course. So we fought about that for a very, very long time. Because I was just so upset. Like, dude, what? Oh, God. So, yeah. And then, after that, things were good. And then I started finding messages from other girls and a couple of other things that I do not want to announce on the internet. Yeah. And that's all. I freaked out. I was like, dude, like, what is wrong with you? Come on. Mind you, I'd been hearing stuff, like, in the community about him, and I just, like, refused to listen to it. Like, I logged it in my brain, but, like, had other things going, so I was pushing him back and back, like, farther and farther in my brain, so I wouldn't have to think about it. So, yeah. That put a stress on our relationship. And then the physical abuse started, the mental abuse, the verbal abuse, everything, every little thing. We ended up breaking up a series of times through my entire senior year of high school. People just didn't know it. Like, we didn't, like, we didn't take the initials off the Instagram bio, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't make it official on the internet. Yeah. We went to prom together. That was an interesting experience. Just stuff. And then I moved in with him when I was 18. And that was an interesting experience. I think that's when the abuse heightened. It got worse. You know, more mentally and verbally than anything else. He would always play these games of like, if I left him, he would kill himself. He would always say he'd be nothing without me. How like I helped him so much, I helped him further himself. Yada yada yada, all this other stuff. We broke up, and then I got a restraining order against him. Because he wouldn't leave me alone. Like, he just wouldn't leave me alone. I was with another guy. He ended up coming to this guy's house, and they fought in this guy's front yard in front of me. Just stuff that, like, shouldn't have been happening, He just needed to leave me alone. Then I went and I pressed charges against him, for sending sexual messages to me. Just stuff that shouldn't be happening. He ended up going to county jail for like 5 days, and when he came out, like, I was there waiting for him, and just trying to be supportive. It's like, at this time we had gotten back together. We had been apart for I think like 6 months, maybe longer than that. And, he gave me the spiel of, I changed, I love you, I'm not going to do that anymore, you're the only one I want. You know what they say, to pull you back in. And I was naive, I'll admit that. I was so damn stupid. So stupid. Like, so unbelievably stupid. So, I go back and nothing's changed. Nothing, not a damn thing. He ends up going to jail. They literally came banging on our door at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had no idea. That's my son. I had no idea that he was going to be arrested. None. I was sleeping, and all I hear is, do, open up. And I'm like, I look over at my phone, I'm like, it's 6 o'clock in the freaking morning. Who is at our door? And it was the cops, and they took him in handcuffs right there, in his boxers, right there. They ended up letting him get dressed, but they ripped him out of the camper in his boxers, because we were living in a camper at that time. I mean, like, we switched from going in the house to our camper. It was just like, I don't know, I'm the type of person that I would love to live in a camper year round, or like even a double wide trailer. Like, it's better than having a house, I mean, honestly. If I'm going to spend the money, I'm going to get something I like. So, that was an interesting experience. I've never seen anybody ever be arrested in front of my face before. And, he was crying, this, that, and the third. We drove all the way to the station that they were holding him. They said that he wasn't coming home. And the charges I won't post on here. If you actually were friends with me on Facebook or Instagram at the time that this all happened, you would know, because we ended up breaking up, and I put him on complete and utter blast. But if you don't know, either find out who he is and ask him, or just, you won't find out. Just because I'm not sure if that's still an active case or not. And I also do not want to, make the victim feel less or whatever. I don't want to get involved with it. It has nothing to do with me. So yeah, that was interesting. And then we started getting into fights. And when I say when we were getting into fights, we were getting into physical fights. Mirrors were being broken. those big box fans, like I have one sitting here, the square box fans, those were being kicked around. Those were being thrown around. There was slapping involved. There was choking involved. There was shoving. There was punches being thrown. A lot of stuff that shouldn't be going on. I was going to a party one night, and he was dropping me off because he needed the vehicle, that I was going to take. And I said, fine, just drop me off, like, down the road and I'll walk there. Just because, like, I didn't want to deal with him finding out, exactly where I was going, because I knew he would probably sit around the corner and watch, you know what I mean? I just wanted one night alone, just one night by myself with my friends. So, we ended up getting into a fight that night, and it was in Franklinville. Well, Franklin Township, whatever you want to call it. I ended up calling an ex-boyfriend of mine, and I was on the phone with him as my ex was chasing me down the street, screaming at me. And then when he jumped on me from behind and slammed me down, my ex on the phone heard it. And people actually called the police because our pickup was sitting at the stop sign for so long that they thought maybe something was wrong, and then they heard me screaming. So they called the police, and my ex and his cousin and my cousin, because my cousin is best friends with one of my ex-boyfriends, all showed up. And I had scratches all over my knees, I had scratches all over my hands, all over my elbows, and they arrested my ex for domestic. They took pictures of everything, and I ended up leaving with my cousin and, going back to the house that they were at that time. And my ex was in the cop car. He was crying. He was screaming, I'm sorry. Tell them it was a mistake. I won't ever do this again. I love you, yada, yada, yada. They took him to the police station. I ended up getting a phone call from him that night telling me that he wanted me to bail him out. And I told him, you need to sit there, Like, this is ridiculous. Now the police are involved. Like, this is something serious. We're definitely going to have to go to court over this. And we did. We ended up going to court. The state filed charges against him. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't file charges against him because when he was arrested, the officer told me, we're filing charges against him. You can file them yourself or you don't. So I didn't file charges against him, and I still have the paperwork for anybody that thinks I did. Okay. So we went to court, and I showed up. Like, he was sitting in the pickup, because he didn't know if he had to show up. Well, then he found the paperwork they sent him, and if he hadn't have shown up, there would have been a warrant out for his arrest for not showing up to court. So we go in there, and, we're seen, and basically they tell him to do 60 days of anger management because at this time this was his only domestic case against him. He was 19, which I think that the system really failed me there. Like, I know that I didn't press charges, but at the same time, like, dude, I have all these people that heard me screaming. Like, clearly somebody thought something was wrong if they called the police. Like, I don't get that whole system. So, after that, we only stayed together for a little bit. It was getting worse. Then I got with my current boyfriend, the father of my son, and my ex and I got into a lot of physical fights. After that. There was kicking, there was ribs being broken, there was busted nose, like if you hit somebody hard enough, you can bust their nose. There was, just a lot of stuff happening. Mind you, a lot of this, most of it was happening when I was pregnant with my son, and I didn't even know. So, yeah, I just want to let him know, and I know that he's going to watch this as soon as I, edit this and put it on my platforms. I loved you with everything in me. No matter what you did to me, no matter how many times you screwed me over, I had your back when nobody else did. And for you to treat me like a piece of trash on the ground was utterly disrespectful. Also, I'm doing a lot better without you. I know that we are civil, but please, for the love of God, just stay away from me. Stay away from my son. Stay away from Will. Stay away from me. I hope you are doing good. Whatever. But for anybody out there that watches this video, I do have pictures of every single thing. I have videos. I have, court documents, everything from bruises to everything else that I just might include in this video. So I do have proof. This isn't all made up. He has admitted it to many people that he's put his hands on me. But if you are in a situation like this and, it happens once, for the love of God, run. Because they always say, the abuser says, oh, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. It always does. It only takes one time for a whole cycle to begin. I know of people who have died being in abusive situations. Either they were trying to get out or they were fighting for their life, in a situation like that. And that is something very serious that should be taken very seriously. If you are in that situation, male or female, because females hit dudes, males hit females. It's not a one-way street. Please get out. If you ever need someone to talk to, please message me. I will leave all of my, information down below. Please just don't add me on Facebook because that is for my family and friends only. But if you are ever in that situation, please get out. No matter what you have to do. And especially if you have kids, get out. Run as fast as you can because it's never ever going to get any better. Never. It's like that saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. Once an abuser, always an abuser. It's a cycle, literally a cycle, and somebody needs to break that cycle. Otherwise, God only knows what's going to happen to you. I don't know. I didn't cry in this video, which is actually very surprising, but I think it's because I didn't go in depth of every single attack and everything. But this is my Dear Ex-Boyfriend video. I've gotten so many questions and so many requests to do this video. I don't know why, but I guess my life is so intriguing and all of my mistakes are out there, with the rest of my dirty laundry. So, yeah, dear ex-boyfriend, I'm good. You put me through hell, and I still have flashbacks every single day from that, but I'm good. I am in a happy, stable, committed, healthy relationship, and I'm doing great. But anyway, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and leave me comments down below on what else you want to see. If you want to see, me put anybody else on blast, but in reality, I really didn't put them on blast. But yeah, anyway, I love you guys so much. Happy Monday, or whatever day it is. Happy whatever day, that you're watching this. But yeah, I'm gonna try and keep uploading as much as possible. I'm working, so it's so hard to edit and work and be a mom at the same time. I love recording videos. I love it, but the editing sucks. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Bye, guys.